Hello and welcome to a new series in the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. We're going to be playing as Joffrey Baratheon, who may or may not be a Lannister. We will never know, but from our point of view from now on, we are going to be referring to him as Baratheon, as we are going to be playing in the mind of Joffrey. We're going to try and get into that cruel, twisted point of view and try and really play as he would. However, this is kind of an interesting scenario from that point of view if we're going to RP it, because we have a regent, obviously. We have our mother. And our mother has her own views on how the realm should be ruled and how everything should be done. We also have some influences from our wife, Queen Marjorie. So, we are kind of twisted, we're kind of cruel, we're kind of quick to react, we're kind of wrath, you know. We're pretty much like that. We're a little bit Craven as well. I think Craven's a little strong for Joffrey. I think he's I don't think he was that craven, he's just kind of cruel and twisted. But yes, we've got selfish, wrath, proud, craven, cruel, torturer. There isn't really like if there was a lesser version of craven, I would probably put in there, but we are that. We're also attractive, of course. And he is very much a quick to act person. However, his wife, Queen Marjorie, is kind of the people person. She's also very good at intrigue, very good at getting into people's heads. She's kind of, like if there's a way of being nice to the populace, this will be where Marjorie would come in, and we'd kind of look at it from that point of view. And his mother is very much a controller. She wants to control pretty much everything to push her own agenda, with, of course, her lover and our father, who we don't know about, Jaime. So, let's get right into the game, and then we can look at the kind of scenario and the situation we're at. I, King Joffrey of House Baratheon, first of my name, rightful Lord of Seven Kingdoms, hereby declare my uncles, Stannis and Renly, along with the Starks of Winterfell, to be traitors and enemies of the crown. Any other man daring to challenge my noble ascendancy and right to rule the Seven Kingdoms will also be attainted and have his head mounted atop the gates of King's Landing. Bring me their heads now. Alright. And we got a letter from our Uncle Stannis. Joffrey Lannister, I declare that my brother Robert left no trueborn issue of his body, and that you and your siblings are abominations of incest between Queen Cersei Lannister and Jaime the Kingslayer. By rights of birth and blood, I do lay claim to the Iron Throne, and hence declare war. Signed, Stannis of House Baratheon, first of his name, King of the Andals, the reign of the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms. Usurper. Right, so here is the situation as it looks at the start. The north has expanded all the way down into the Riverlands, and they are starting to make waves towards the Iron Throne. We are in war with the Westlands, the Reach, and us are all together. I believe Dorne is also in this war. Let me just double check. Okay, no, Dorne are not involved in any of the wars currently. Fine. So it's just the Reach, Westlands, and us. We're all together against the North in one war. North with no allies, because the Riverlands are part of the North currently. And against our Uncle Stannis in the other. And he has a lot of supporters. A very, very large number of supporters. A lot of them from the Reach. Former people who were following Renly, I believe a lot of them were. And then we're at war with Lord Beric of the Brotherhood without banners, who are just kind of generally causing trouble. Right, so we need to select a couple of things before we move on. We need to choose some childhood focuses for Tommen and Myrcella. So Myrcella, now her guardian is Prince Doran of Dorne. What kind of things would she be learning? Etiquette, humility, heritage, faith, duty, thrift, pride, or struggle. I think etiquette or pride kind of makes sense. Now, my logic for being groomed for rulership, for pride, is that she had a lot of people there down in Dorne who were trying to push for her to be in charge of the entirety of the Iron Throne, like to be next in line. But I believe that doesn't quite happen yet. So I don't know if pride is kind of a thing that could be there. We also have etiquette, which is probably where Prince Doran would be going, would be my understanding. So we'll go for etiquette for just now, but I can see an argument that some people might make that pride, if we're trying to say that the people in Dorne are choosing what it is, there would be forces in Dorne pushing for pride. But obviously that doesn't actually affect anything just yet, because the reason they were pushing for her to be in charge of the entirety of the Iron Throne was because Joffrey, well, not to spoil too much, but assuming you're watching this you will know, but if you do not know Game of Thrones spoilers, do not continue listening. But Joffrey dies in the proper line of things, and that would mean that actually she, if we're following Dornish succession, would be the next in line instead of Tommen. However, we're not dead yet, so we're going to go with Essica. The next one is Tommen. Tommen, I have no idea. Duty maybe would be a thing that would make sense. He was pretty. That's kind of where he is with where he's at. Either that or etiquette. I don't really see any other ones. Maybe pride, but I don't think so. I think we'll go with duty for Tommen. There we go. And we lack an education focus, as does Tyrick the Wet Nurse, who is going to marry Emerson Hayford. I have no idea at all what to do with him. But with ourselves, what would we go for? Probably diplomatic, I think. I'm trying to remember if we ever got any view into his education. I don't know. There was a bit of Tyrion trying to educate him. Almost, with some diplomatic, but nobody's really tried anything with them. Diplomatic seems closest, like war, possibly. But he doesn't seem that interested in war. I think he's very bad at it, but I think diplomatic is what he would be going for. Like, focuses on studies on the ways of diplomacy and statesmanship. Yeah, okay. I think he's bad at it, but I think that's what he's being educated as. And Tyrick, I have no idea, so let's just work off his traits. Stewardship or learning. Given that learning is meant to be, yes. Westerosi characters are not allowed to use this focus and must instead undergo training at Citadel. Yeah, so it must be stewardship. Which is fine. There we go. We've got that set up. We can press your claims for Summerhall, but that's just a colonization thing. Council. We have some spaces missing in our council. Our Handover King is still Tyrion. Master of Arms. Let's see what our options are for Master of Arms. We're looking for High Marshal. It's already set like that. Balon Swan definitely could be our Master of Arms. Bronn as well. Actually, if this is Tyrion as well, having a decision in it, Bronn makes a lot of sense, right? Because that was a kind of role he was filling. Also, Jacelyn Bywater is not a bad choice either, as he's commander of the Gold Cloak, so being our Master of Arms would make sense there as well. I think we're going to go with Bronn for just now. And our Maester has to be Grand Maester Pycelle, of course. Yeah, everyone else is already set. Okay, let's set up the rest of them how they were set up. We do have some minor things like our council to set. That seems a bit odd. Yep, that seems like a small bit of a bug, but we will ignore that for just now. Okay, so Tyrion, oversee, improve defenses, pacify, improve holding. He was definitely overseeing. Master of Laws, Mallard or Bramsford. I don't know if any of these really fit for that. Maybe improve diplomatic relations, I guess. What would he be improving it with? Maybe the Tyrells, as that was kind of where we were at. That's kind of what was going on at that time. Bronn was probably, I guess, we'll have him training troops. Could have him training children, but I don't think that's really what he was doing. He was more training troops, I think. Or suppressing revolts, even maybe would have been another one we could have gone with there. Peter Littlefinger was obviously collecting taxes. Master of Whisperers, being Varys, was, well, almost definitely scheming. And then we had Septon Will, who... Is he even, like, the High Septon? No. Okay, I thought the High Septon would be our Septon. Anyway, Septon Will... neither of these really work. Just have him converting. There's probably nobody who's a different religion, but just general Septon converting. My council is currently... I'm just looking at our advisors. One of our advisors is Renfred of Duskendale, and one of them is Lord Denley. Okay, and we also have Giles of Rosebery. Okay. Commander title to hand out. Don't think we need to worry about that, actually. Right, let's get some men ready for this fight. So, where is our main concern? Our main concern is probably with the north. I think the north are going to be our main issue that we're going to have to deal with. Now, what happened in the books, I believe, is they tried to take back the Riverlands, which seems entirely sensible, so we'll probably go there. And there was another force that went off to the Stormlands, although that was the Reach's army. Are they meant to be red? I don't think they're meant to be red there. Like, I don't think they're meant to, because red would mean that they are at war with us, but the Reach are actually on our side. It might be that they have another army that isn't on our side that's on that side of the battle. Okay, anyway. Let us raise some men. Now, we actually don't have a lot of men personally, so we'll raise our current ones that we've got. We'll bring them all to King's Landing. There we go. And I think we might be ready to let time move on. I'm just going through things. I don't know if we have a full King's Guard. Let me just double check that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 members of the King's Guard. We do have a full King's Guard. Cool. And we have 3 prisoners. We have Jean Poole, we have Horace Redwine, and we have Hobber Redwine. Okay. Right. Well, we'll just let things go on. The Rose and the Lion. Renly Baratheon has died, and now his brother, and would-be usurper Stannis, stands against the Iron Throne in House Lannister. Marjorie Tyrell was Renly's queen, and her family would still desire a royal alliance, it seems. Peter Baelish has managed to negotiate an agreement with them. We only need wed our houses together, and the might and wealth of the Reach shall be with us, which would surely lead to crushing of Stannis and the Starks both. So we say Sansa is our true love, or we can have it, but yes, this will sway the war. Well, obviously we're going to go with the Tyrells. So, in return for House Tyrell backing House Lannister in the war, the following shall be done. We shall be wed. Lord Loras Tyrell shall be granted a place on the King's Guard. Sir Boris Blunt shall be removed from the King's Guard. Lord Garland Tyrell shall be granted Brightwater Keep and all the lands and incomes of House Florent. Lord Peter, as a reward for services to the Crown, shall be granted Harrenhal at the end of the war. Yes. Okay, we are now married to Marjorie? Yes. Which is weird, because this is like one of the few marriages you can do before you're 14 in this mod. Cool. And now they are allies. I see. I see. Well, we'll keep it going. Lord Giles is no longer our advisor. He has in fact died. Okay. King Joffrey Lannister and Queen Marjorie Tyrell have gotten married, and it's customary for a dowry to be paid to the groom's house. Now I believe we say yes, because I think the Tyrells were supplying some amount of money towards the war, I think. Yes, it's everybody's concern. Your Grace, Lord Paramount Mace has sent you a dowry, but it was a poor offering. Paltry sum of gold and silver clearly doesn't befit the value of the bride. Right. Let's wait a couple more days, and now we will select. Next one is a new advisor slot. High Septum seems like an option. See if there's anyone else that really jumps out at me and says, "Ah, yeah, I must be your advisor." I don't think so. I don't see anyone else who is jumping out and saying, make me, maybe Marjorie. That actually seems like a great option. Yeah. Our wife. Your Grace, I'll honor my allegiance and take up arms to defend the realm against the Iron Throne's enemies. The armies of the Paps shall join you as soon as is possible. Okay, excellent, excellent. All hail His Grace, Joffrey of House Lannister, King of the Andals, the Rhaenyra, and the First Men. Oh right, it does say Lannister there, even though it says Baratheon everywhere else. It's a little bit weird, it must be done for gameplay purposes. Lord of Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm. Long live the King. Yes. Oh, we're being attacked by... Army of Jason from Chittering Brook. Okay. Well, as long as nobody else is wandering through that area, we should be fine. Yeah. We have a reasonably sized army on King's Landing now. Okay, we'll merge ourselves up. Grand Maester Pycelle has died. Oh, wow. Oh, that's very different. Has a very large army as well, appearing there from Stannis. We're going to want to get out of here. This is more difficult than I thought it was going to be. We need a new Maester. I believe they just pick one for us. merge together. Let all of this happen. We'll get them all back. Now, do we want to try and hold still here, or do we want to run? I think we want to run. Oh, wow. The Stark's army is also coming right at us. We really need to try and survive for the Westerlands to get here. Well, it seems they don't have that many men either. Where's the Reach's army? It is also missing. Okay. Yep, well, I guess we defend here. Let's put in our commanders. So we'll put in Balin Swan, probably. He seems fine. I'm just seeing if we have anybody else who jumps at me like, oh, we need to have these people in there. No. Okay, so we'll just go for whoever's best. So Balin Swan, Lothar, Brune, and we'll also have Jacelyn Bywater. Yes. Okay. And move everybody in to defend. Okay, now this isn't great. This really isn't great for us defending here. We are going to take a lot of punishment. Now, we don't get anything for defending here. We were lower on morale. Although they don't have a leader in this flank, they are still going to win because they have double the men in that flank. Yeah, they're going to destroy us. I think we want to run. Okay, all of you guys, Roseby. New Lord Commander on the wall. Night gathers and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death. I shall take no wife, hold no lands, father no children. I shall wear no crowns and win no glory. I shall live and die at my post. I am the storm in the darkness, the watch from the walls, and the fire that burns against the cold light that brings the dawn. The horn that wakes the sleepers, the shield that guards the realms of men. I pledge my life and honor to the Night's Watch. For this night and all nights to come, the Lord Commander has died. Corin will replace him and serve the realm in these troubled times. Okay. So who was his previous one? Previously, Jorah Mormont had it, and now Corin Halfhand holds it. Corin Halfhand. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we need to retreat. So as soon as we can, just retreat. And you just stay in Roseby, I think. We retreated the wrong way. Definitely not good. In command is no longer happening to us. We were in command. Okay. Whole bunch of things happened. Don't need to worry about them. Still have the open maester position. Why is this still open? Okay, got it. So we're heading down into the Reach, and the Reach's men are coming up. That's fantastic. Your Grace, the Conclave of the Citadel has selected the Grand Maester, the head of the Order of Maesters, and servant to the Iron Throne. We now have Grand Maester Eric, who's a Northman, which doesn't seem like something that would go down alright, but fine. We have him now. Your Grace, I'll honor my allegiance, take up arms to defend the realm against the Iron Throne's enemies. The armies of Cape Wrath will join you as soon as possible. Lord Tancred's estimate, our great-grandfather, who is actually dead, and it's the bug. Oh well. Yes, excellent. No, we'll disband these men so we stop losing war score. That's fine. Our armies are retreating back into the Reach. And the Reach's armies are heading up. Stannis is currently fighting Robb Stark here. Not Robb. Is it Robb Stark? Yes, it's Robb Stark. Oh, is it? I was wondering whether I got the wrong Stark, but it appears that I did not. We now appear to control the Reach's army as they have come and stood on top of us, and we'll head into King's Landing and save everyone. Who's attacking now? There's so many people in here. So I believe this is Robb's army attacking Stannis' army again, because that's the Florence, definitely. So it looks like Robb is about to beat up them. There's a whole bunch of people who aren't on our side in there. The wall is under assault and the Night's Watch is hard pressed to defend it. They have called upon all lords of the realm to take up arms and aid them in defending the realm from the dangers beyond the wall. Well, I'm sure they can handle a few snarks and grumpkins. Definitely. We don't need to worry about it. So these 20,000 men are following us. So this should be the end of Robb's army if we land. Yeah, if we go in there. My liege, I've collected a tithe in King's Landing. The money shall reach you together with this letter. Your humble steward, Lord Peter of Midlore Point. Fantastic. Littlefinger has got us some more cash. We're now going to win this battle. Okay, now where are we headed? What's our biggest concern right this second? Well, the North's army is going north again. There's the army from the Brotherhood without banners. There is Brightwater's army. let's deal with the armies down here, and we'll try and stay around King's Landing. I think this is probably the best way to deal with this. There is a very large army. Let's see if we can get it. When they leaving 26th, we're going to get there on the 10th, although we're not getting them to follow us. Oh, they're following us now. We get there on the 6th. They'll leave on the 26th of August. We'll just leave it there we'll just stay where we are now. Maybe head back to King's Landing, go and be a little bit safe. And I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, leave a comment. As in the first episode, it really helps with search ranking, really helps the series grow and helps the channel grow. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.